In my studio, because I have a lot of different flex shafts and different stations and different things that I do, I happen to have quite a few hand pieces. Well, sometimes you want to try to keep those a little bit more organized. So I'm going to show you just a really brief project on how to create a handpiece organizer. You can make this as big or as small as you need. So I'm just going to use 2 pieces of material to even make this. So I have a 2 by 2 inch piece of wood as well as a 3/8 inch dowel. Now the dowel I'm going to cut into 2-inch sections, and because I have quite a few hand pieces and maybe I would like some more, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make this about 18.5 inches long. The first thing I'm going to do is measure and mark out every 1.5 inches. Now I came in 1 inch from the end, and I'm going to put a mark every 1.5 inches until I get to about that 18-inch mark that I want. I also want to make certain that this is centered on my board, and then I make my marks even darker, and that will allow me to see them a little easier. For the dowels, I'm going to make each one of these 2 inches long. So once again, I just make my 2-inch marks, move it to the next. Now I have a couple of tools that can make this a little bit easier for me. If you don't happen to have some of the power tools like a scroll saw or whatever else, then there are a lot of different hand tools that are out there, and these are hand saws. Now the difference between these is the number of teeth that you have per inch. Obviously, if you've got less teeth per inch, they're a little bit larger teeth. That's going to get through some material rather quickly, and maybe that's what I want when I'm working with a 2 by 2 inch material. However, when I'm working with only something that's 3/8 of an inch, I'm going to want something a little bit finer, just like what we do when we are using our jeweler's saw to cut into our metal. You don't want too few teeth per your material that you're cutting, otherwise it makes it a little bit difficult. First and foremost, make sure you've got your safety gear like your glasses. Next, I'm going to use that little hand saw, and I'm going to cut the ends of my wood so that I have it at the proper length. Now I'm going to cut each of the dowels. Again, I'm just using a hand saw. Of course, there are other tools that may make this a little bit faster. I want the dowels to have kind of a rounded radius at the top so that it'll slip into my handpiece a little bit easier. Next, I'm going to mark a 1/2 inch on my drill bit. And that is going to make sure that I don't go too deep, but yet that I go deep enough. I'm using a drill bit that is the same size as my pegs. Now all I need to do is hammer each peg in, and we are done. Now, as always, you need to make certain you take the proper safety precautions of pulling back long hair, wearing safety glasses, and also a respirator if you're going to be working with the dust. But now we have a nice holder for our hand pieces. They're easily pulled off and then put back into place, ready to go whenever you need them.